years, but higher ranked at 39. Haotian back on the tour, so this is his first season of a 2-year card. He's 101st in the rankings. Well, I expect it to be an attacking affair, but he's left one on here. They both had tight quarterfinals, of course. Lyu Haotian 5-4 over Tianpeng Fei, and Bingtao 5-4 last night over Robert Milkins. Well, it's a great pot, but look where the white's finished. Not nice.
Lyu Haotian 1.
It'll be interesting to see what kind of part safety and tactical play is in this match at all. I mean, obviously, they both know how to play safe, but it's not their strength, especially Bingtao, who's an extremely dangerous potter and scorer.
They've never played in tournament play before, so no previous meetings to go on. Lyu Haotian, though, he could have been out easily in the first round. He was 3-1 down to Joe Swale. Swale potted a red, and he had the little shot rolling up to the yellow to put him in a snooker. He didn't reach the yellow. And from there, Lyu Haotian won 4-3. Could have been a different story if Joe Swale had just reached that yellow.
I suppose you've got to win 7 matches in a week. You're going to get one somewhere along the lines which could go wrong in these 128-player Home Nations events. And I suppose over the years that has happened in a lot of tournaments, snooker-wise, where you just get that little rub of the green, something happens and you kind of get inspiration for it as if it could be your week. It's an extraordinary pot.
1.
He is a very dangerous player. Look at this. He's not on the blue very well, actually. Kind of angle where he's heading in towards the yellow. Almost as a natural off this blue. So he can just drop it in. If he hits it harder, the cue ball swings further to the right. We've already seen in pot 1 that was more difficult than this into that pocket.
6.
Well, once again, he's finishing awkward
7.
off his reds. This is tough. If he plays the green, it's very difficult to get not only the pot, but to land on a red. There comes a time when you have to rein yourself in, I think. Have a potter, anyone is. Percentages game. I think playing safe here might be a good option.
Rainbow.
Yeah, when he played Mark Allen in Darching in the semi-final there a few weeks ago, International Championship, he did look a little edgy because, of course, it was his first time in a semi-final down to one table. It feels like a final. You know, you're used to all the other tables going on, all the other matches. There's none of that now. So that might be an advantage for Yan Bingtao because it is Lyu Haotian's first. It's also, as far as I'm aware, the first time two teenagers have played in a ranking event semi-final. Unless, of course, anyone knows different. It has to be said, Ronnie and John Higgins have played in a final as teenagers, the 95 British Open. So it's happened in a final, but not aware in a semi-final.
Yes, I'm pretty sure it's the all-Chinese, first all-Chinese semi-final as well. Had an all-Chinese final of a ranking event. I couldn't see any others over the years, but there are so many players coming through from China, young players. It's almost a numbers game. There's going to be many that come through. They just happen to have met in this round. I think he's a very deceptive player, Lyu Haotian. He doesn't look as flashy around the table in the way he hits the ball as some of the other Chinese young talent. But he
9.
doesn't miss many. And as I say, he's almost in his second coming as a player. Would you believe that? Almost dropped away, disappeared a couple of years ago. Got to a major quarter-final age 14, losing to Neil Robertson. That was when he was young.
16. $17.
Lyu is actually the 7th Chinese player to reach a ranking event semi-final this season.
23.
Li Hang at the China Championship, Zhu Si at the Indian Open, Ding Junhui, of course, won the World Open, Chow Yupeng and Zhao Yilong
24.
in the European Masters, Yan Bingtao, of course, in the International, and now Lyu here. So, as we look at his rather fancy shoes there, it just shows you that Chinese snooker fraternity really have started to come of age. It's not all about Ding anymore. Last season we had Liang Wenbo win a major title.
31.
Xiao Guidong got to the second round at the Crucible, and there's a lot of others as well. Very, very talented.
Yeah, it hasn't happened overnight either. Another nice pair of the old Danny LaRue's there. Yan Bingtao.
Pretty sure if you asked Yan Bingtao about Danny LaRue, he would not know who you were talking about.
Yeah, that's a poor shot. He didn't pot it cleanly. He hit it thick into the thick side of the pocket. The cue ball, if his friend goes in the middle of the pocket, the cue ball's further over to the left. He's on the blue probably perfectly. So it was the pot that was inaccurate. Now he's got to play a really good shot to get back down the table. Well, he'd be annoyed that he broke down when he did. It was going well, but he lost the cue ball.
32.
Well, expertly done to get back in.
Yeah, it's a very nice shot. Not much pocket there from that angle in the middle bag.
Eight. Nine.
It's very coolly played. He had to play it slowly. I mean, he felt that he could only leave the red he was playing. Perfectly played cannon. The red's on the right of the table for a right-handed player. Not as bad as all that. He could
16.
get on a red that he could play along the cushion.
Mark Williams said he might be watching some of this on his phone while he's in a restaurant this evening. If you are watching, Mark, good evening and congratulations. And you might want to know that when you won your first world title in the year 2000, the man at the table here was 3 months old.
17. .4. .5.
Well, I think he's just top side of this, so he could run off the cushion and maybe play on the bottom red of the three, with an option to play the one that's further to the left if he gets in the right place. Play with a touch of left-hand running sides is on that red.
32.
I don't think he can do much with this. He's got to give it every chance of going in, so he's got to drop it in. It suggests he'd finish low on the black. It means he might be coming up and around the table off his next colour. Well, I think in getting better position on the black, that's the reason he missed it. If he'd have dropped it in, I think there's no way he'd missed
32.
that. Extra pace. Doing something with the cue ball makes the pot more difficult. He's a very difficult player to keep out for long because he knocks in a lot of long balls. Any player's safety will have to be absolutely watertight to stop him. Doesn't always clear up, but he's just getting chances. He's a very difficult player to keep out for long because he knocks in a lot of long balls. Any player's safety will have to be absolutely watertight to stop him. Doesn't always clear up, but he's just getting chances. Will have to be absolutely watertight to stop him. Doesn't always clear up, but he's just getting chances.
so that surely ends that. With the black where it is, I don't think there's going to be any playing on now. Anyway, behind. So what's the... Went for that 10 winner per save.
Ja, Bingtao.
Has taken... In the opening frame, a fascinating match here between two very talented Chinese teenagers playing for place in the final against Mark Williams tomorrow. Yan Bingtao leads Lyu Haotian.
66.
22.
He's already knocked in a few of these long pots, though, into that right corner. Similar shot to this at the start. Of
23.
great pot, the speed he played it. Got a shot at the pink. I don't think it goes up into the top right. I'd say the green is in the way. Well, they're both knocking in long pots, aren't they?
Bit misleading that, though, because Lyu Haotian had gone for one and potted one. Yeah,
Anything else here? Yeah.
Yeah, Bingtao 23.
it all started that when he just caught those two reds, left himself wrong side of the blue, then hit the green, knocked in a good red, yes, but had to keep the break. Going with that, and he didn't.
Eleven.
Deshislava Boshalova is the referee, 25 years of age, so something of a veteran in this match. Between 17-year-old. I think it illustrates the way snooker has changed. We've got two Chinese players. Shows the game has expanded in recent times largely due to television, but also, of course, the Chinese boom.
20. Seven.
He's finished a little short. It's a natural to come up onto the miss. He hasn't really settled in. He's missed a couple of chances in each frame.
Lyu Haotian 28.
And he's going to have to be a little bit more, not so much aggressive, but cut out those mistakes when he's in amongst them, I think.
Yeah, and also he's developed those two reds that were safe where they were.
One.
Well, I guess at some stage he wants to get the black back on its spot for the red that's on the cushion. Everything else is out in the open.
5. Six. 12.
Well, that's handy. He wants something on the black spot. Because obviously if
13.
pink had gone on its own spot, play a good shot to get from the next red to his colour. So now it's become a missable one.
19.
Interesting shot selections there. Needed the pink or the black to be
19.
down on the black spot. Bad miscalculation. It's going to take a bit of replacement. As well. And surely they're going to have it put back. Maybe Lyu Haotian doesn't know exactly how much that rubber stick in it. It wasn't. I think most players would have it replaced.
He actually caught quite a bit of the pink.
Yeah, if you don't know what to do with it, just have it replaced.